Alright. It is time for this week's Cast Your Freaking Awesome Replays Game 3 of the Blood Sacrifice Challenge, where players must make sure a unit dies at least once every minute of the game. Potentially starting from 2 minutes. Up here in the top right, in the red, it is Ark, a shaman. And down here in the bottom left in the blue, it is Clue, who says, I have to try something different. Well, you know what? I need to boost my unit's morale through fear. All right, I think Clue here has actually submitted it. This was a joint challenge. I think this might actually be the battlefield execution side of the blood sacrifice. So some people went full on, let's motivate our soldiers through fear. It is the only way to control them. And let's make sure we just execute one of our, own soldiers every minute, starting from 2 minutes. So still sacrifices for the blood god, but purely self-inflicted butchering. Ark, a shaman's like, I'm a little confused, but okay, sure. No worries. Where's the proxy hatch, you dickhead? Ark shaman's thinking, you're gonna cheese me. No doubt. A good assumption. Wait. Did we just see a drone die? No? No, I don't think we did. Keeping my eye on Clue. Keeping my eye. All right, guys. If you want to get your replays in for next week, the challenge is pretend proxy. Proxy your buildings, but only to trick your opponent. Hide your production. Just do a macro build. Show a proxy DT shrine. Don't use it. If you're Zerg, break their brain with some random proxy hatches that you don't even use. They're just to block things or distract them or whatever the hell else. Have a bit of fun with it. Drop an overlord and goes... Drop with an overlord, drop a bit of creep, drop a spire, but do it at their third base so they see it and then don't even use it. Just be going swarm hosts or something. Have a good time, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh shit, this guy said he doesn't agree with the swarm. He thinks they should all have individual thoughts and freedoms. And a pair of enforcers from the secret Zerg police come over and say, okay, sure, buddy. And they leave a nice little sacrifice here. Korn says, okay. Licks his lips, he's like, something. I expect more though. I'd like a lot of slaughter in this game, a lot of butchery. Just a single drone, not really going to appease me for very long, mate. All that's going to do is slightly delay my rage. So you better calm the heck down and keep it going, mate. So I'm actually going to cast this from Clue's vision for now, guys. He's a forge at the front there. He's coming across the map with something. So we're looking at the Zerg's camera, who, by the way, was staring at the front there for a bit. Bit of a one-track mind. Oh my god, he's got that click the drones on the minerals habit. A lot of people like, oh! What? No? Are we gonna... Oh, he wants to do it in front. He's trying to show his opponent. He's like, we've got to make sure we show him how freaking insane we are. Make them fear us. We'll even kill our own men. What a psychopath. Clue comes in here, even gets the stalker. It's just quaking in its boots. Ark Shaman. By the way, no wall off, no defense. Man, this is such a risky Protoss opening. It's like no wall or anything. This is crazy. These little bastards need to work harder, says Clue. He's coming in here trying to do as much damage as he can. Clearly not a big fan of the Zerglings, and that he's making them kill each other constantly. There's an adept building there, another adept there. These pylons going down there. This is big damage, man. Ark Shaman is getting his shit pushed in right now. It's awkward, man. It's gonna build a shield battery on top of the ramp. Lots of damage. I mean, there's not much macro behind this. It's just more Zerglings for now. Let's go to Clue's camera, who needs to keep motivating these Zerglings. I think he's realizing, oh, dude, we gotta make another sacrifice here. These guys, look at this. They're not doing as much damage as they were before. Okay, like I guess we'll run in there and see if we can kill some stuff. And Clue actually gets a surround on those two adepts. Oh my god. I love this Protoss's complete lack of wall-offs, by the way. He's going to pull like 5 probes and right-click them on a single Zergling. Oh my god, the probes. They're attacking single Zerglings. They're not A-moving. Okay, they finally do A-move there. But oh my god, let's go to Clue's camera again. Are we going to kill some more battlefield executions, please, mate? Come on. Come on. I want to see you motivate those Zerglings, They're afraid to run up that ramp into the Protoss lasers. I would like to see you kill some units. You know what's kind of cool? The one reason they do like Zergs in general, the Blood Gods guys, is because every time a drone turns into a building, it's kind of sacrificing itself. It's kind of killing itself. Elite in chat says, looks like a Smurf. Does it? This play looks pretty horrendous to me from the Zerg. I mean, he's doing some things. I don't know, man. I find it very hard to tell, but I think a lot of people think anyone's a Smurf. The crazy thing is, up to a pretty decent level, just having a plan actually makes you a better player. He turns and kills one. And I honestly think these challenges, actually sometimes, as silly as they are, make people play better because it forces them to have some sort of plan going into the match. There's a lot of players out there on the ladder who go in and they just kind of build things airy-fairy with no real safety precautions, no attacks, no scouting, no real harassment. They just kind of build up and just, you know, hope their opponent doesn't attack them for a while. Whereas Clue here just said, I'm going to attack over there with some Zerglings. And it was not the most efficient. I mean, it's been 6 minutes. It's droned up a little bit here. But, I mean, I think this all just comes down to Arca Shaman just not knowing how to wall off, right? And being incredibly slow to get early gateway units out. So even the first 6 Zerglings, which were not very quick, did massive damage. And I mean, I don't think it takes a Smurf or a very high-level player to A-move 6 Zerglings. The Zerglings are all having a bit of a dance. So I imagine the one of them that isn't good enough at the dance routine is the one that's going to be executed. To be fair, you never know. Sometimes people play these Icyfar challenges, and because they are trying to make silly stuff happen, they do play on an unranked account or something that ends up having lower MMR than their main. Doesn't mean they're not trying to win. And this does look like a... I mean, he's still on 28 drones. The economy buildup is kind of terrible behind this. I don't think Clue realizes how bad the economy is there. Oh, let's stick this on Clue's camera. One of those Zergs on ready points. Can we please make a sacrifice, mate? Can we please make another sacrifice? I think he will. Champkind, thank you very much for the 2-month resub, by the way. Much love. Welcome back to the Pigsty. I appreciate that. It's going to go double upgrade Roach, but it doesn't have the gas for it. It's building drones and rallying them to the natural here. It's going to be a Roach Bane attack against Protoss with no upgrades except link speed. This is... The Roaches. Can you imagine that, guys? Not death by firing squad, but death by a bunch of Roaches projectile vomiting on your face. Oh, no! No! The Adepts all just standing in a ball. The Banelings get some really big hits. Unfortunately for Clue attack moved rather than clicking the Banelings into the center. Otherwise could have done way more damage there. But the Roaches are still going to cause a lot of troubles, and Arca Shaman here is going Glaive Adepts, but, you know, Glaive Adepts are only good in the Zergling stage, and now we're at the Roach stage, so I think our Protoss player may be as dead as a doorknob. For those who don't know, doorknobs are actually not alive. I once held a stethoscope up to one, and it was not having of the heartbeat. I guess I just like alliteration, dead as a doorknob. I don't even know why I say that. Sometimes I think stupid gets stuck in my brain, and I just can't help myself. Nice force field there. Couple Stalkers warping in. He's going to try and hold the high ground. Unfortunately, in this case, it's 27 Anakins versus 1 Obi-Wan. So, I mean, yeah, you might have the high ground Obi-Wan, but that's 27 Anakins. 27 Anakins can kill you from the low ground. They can kill you from underground. It doesn't matter, mate. They're gonna overwhelm. Ooh, we got another force field. Another force field comes down, but that Overlord is providing high ground vision on both sides of the ramp. Bile's helping push up here, and it looks like Clue is going to thrust on into the Protoss base. The Stalker's putting up a valiant last stand. Actually, they're taking about as good of a fight as you possibly could here. The arc of Stalkers, there's shield battery healing, the sentries warping in one at a time. Arca Shaman holding onto that main ramp like a boss. Unfortunately, though, there is 33 drones, 3 base here, up against the 2 base play. And whilst the double Evo chamber hasn't been used, there's still just a non-stop stream of Roaches and Ravagers. And let's see if there's any more battlefield executions to supplement this, to motivate those soldiers. I mean, to be real, this is kind of enemy at the gate style, right? You know? They're like, charge across the river. And they're like, we really don't want to go. That seems like the worst area to attack. They're like, well, let's just shoot some of our own soldiers to motivate them, you know? You get one, you get just a couple of shots of acid between every 2 Roaches. Oh, we're going to go one more time. Clue's going to, once again, try and get a bridgehead established. But the defense is just so good here for Arc Shaman on 1 base. This is such a bad push from Clue. It's truly impressively bad. just attacking into this arc of Stalker Sentry. Oh man, this is... Jesus Christ. There's a lot of blood, man. I like it. The sacrifices are big for the blood god here. Maybe do another battlefield execution just for shits and gigs. Ooh, the Stalker's going to try and catch the morph, but I think there's too many Ravagers, man. I'm spending way too much time running back and forwards, not just fighting there. It's going to retreat back to the high ground, but a lot of Stalkers just went down. It's one base first 3, and right now we see a Protoss player. I mean, he's trying to valiantly hold on, but it truly is a 300 situation. Unless one of these Ravagers is like a hunchback who doesn't feel like he fits in and is somehow going to betray them and show a Nidus entrance here that pops out in the Protoss main where they can put DTs in. Outside of that, I think Antonidas and his army of Stalker Sentry are going to get absolutely fudged by these Persian Stalkers, man. Did he just bile 3 of his own Ravagers, you dickhead? He's like, I'm not just executing one at a time anymore. We're going to take out groups of people who aren't eager enough to charge up the ramp into the one base opponent. Oh god, this is a truly disgusting force. Yeah, this is oof. No dropped frames on this end, brother. Helix's internet having a bit of a struggle in the chat. So, as Arca Shaman, do you think you're winning at this point? Because sometimes I will stay in a game like this. It is morale, but I guess we could talk about the moral, quandary here. Do you finish your opponent, or do you sit there messing around and executing your own units in front of them for fun? But yeah, I sometimes stay in a game like this just because it's satisfying taking these disgustingly inefficient fights. Inefficient for my opponent. There's something satisfying about standing on top of a ramp and just force fielding it repeatedly and splitting their army up. Oh, let too many units up. Arca Shaman could overcharge, has a full energy nexus, but I don't think knows how to overcharge shield batteries, unfortunately. These Roaches finally going to waltz on in. Clue gonna seal the deal. Arca Shaman held on for a long time. Some very efficient fights on top of that ramp for a while. But unfortunately, Arca Shaman not knowing how to build a wall and early units to man said wall. And that is kind of the 101 of playing against Zerg as Protoss. It's all about building a wall. For anyone who's ever played Brood War, holy shit. I remember playing Protoss for a few days and people were like, yeah, you gotta learn how to wall. Here's this 6.5 hour guide on how to do it. And it's like, oh, you wall off, but if the forge is on this side of the pylon, it's not a wall off, but if it's on this side of the pylon, it is a wall off. If the terrain's like this, it sometimes is a wall off, but not always, so you need to check it. Like, if you guys look at walling off in Brood War, it's actually hilarious. It's so complex. I just wasn't expecting that Zergling attack. I was toast from there because you can expand without opposition. Yes. You gotta wall off. Don't be building your buildings up here against a Zerg, guys. Build them down here. Wall, and you'll have a good time. But clue there, some good battlefield executions. A lot of self-harm in feeding the Blood Gods in that game. But at the end of the day, they're happy. When they watch units just marching up a ramp to their death, that is a literal manufacturing line of happiness for the Blood Gods. They love it. They lap it up. And I think they're feeling very full in their belly. We've got just one more game to try and sate their desires. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Next game will be up in a moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and support the Patreon down below in the description if you can. Massive shout out and love to all of you who've gone above and beyond to do that. I really appreciate it, guys. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Thank you very much for the support. We'll see you in the next one.